Good morning, YouTube. It is me, Pearl, and this is Tuned in Tarot, and we're about to look at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energy inside of ourselves. Understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can be certain we will see it reflected back to us and people in the material world. But what they're reflecting back to us is just the energy that we are sending out. So if we want to see changes in others, we have to make changes within ourselves. All right, Divine Feminine had almost all of her cards showing today. Damn. All right. Divine Masculine showed none of his cards, except for the top and the bottom of the deck. He doesn't have a choice about those. All right. Divine Feminine, let us be off. We're going to hit the ground running today. The top of the deck, overall forefront of her mind, the Three of Pentacles. And it is in its reversal. So, yes, that's correct. The Three of Coins in its reversal. So, we have a divine feminine in a state of resistance to working alone, working on the self, not really wanting to do this, knowing she must, is resisting it. So, there's a little bit of like, worth energy being challenged a bit, because to me, this indicates like a lack of self-care or letting that part slip a little bit, or having work to do and knowing that it's going to benefit you and knowing that it's going to take you to that next level that you need to go, and then just kind of procrastinating or postponing because of this resistance to being on your own. And this is obviously for the divine feminine, excuse me, this is a decision she's made recently that she will focus on her own coin, her own self, that she will work for herself, that she will put the energy that she was putting into the connection into herself and take her focus off of that physical manifestation of a specific divine masculine and just really move on and allow the universe to bring her what she will attract based on her level of attraction, right? So she's resisting doing this work for herself that she knows will put her in to this energy immediately, because this is the energy in the back of her mind. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is real world, manifested. She has her foundation. She's fertile. She's abundant. She's creative. And she has created a lot of opportunity for herself and then attract a lot of coin, a lot of material prosperity. So she's resisting the work it takes to embody the queen that she knows she is right now. That's at the forefront and the back of her mind. So she's like, okay, I've put down the masculine. Now what? Now what? And that's the reason why we're in now what. We're in now what because we lost sight of what that was. Like a minute ago, I think we knew what that was. And now that we've been swept up into this, whatever you want to call it, situationship. There's somebody who uses that term. I think it's Soul Whispers Tarot. She uses the word situationship, and I think that's appropriate for some of us. But we've been caught up in that. We've expended a whole lot of mental energy. We have transformed ourselves into the divine masculine without asking the divine feminine what she really wanted, right? So, yeah, resisting that work, but knowing we have that potential to be that Queen of Pentacles. The first thing on her mind is silence, prayer, the Four of Swords, being in this pause, taking a minute, focusing inward, kind of putting to death some of the thoughts that are not serving her as well, just cutting those thoughts away that don't serve her. And by going into this silence, creating a real foundation from which she can build, because she's ready for, even though she's resisting the solo work, she's ready for this solo victory, because we have the Six of Wands here. And in this particular image of the Six of Wands, there's only one individual there's not others really sharing this victory. And she's preparing to have this. She's preparing to have this solo career, this solo victory. I just started listening to the $100 Startup, like that book. There's a book, and it was recommended by my Lacey Phillips, Unblocked Money. So I started listening to it. And I got so excited because the first chapter, it was describing these people who like really created opportunity for themselves, and they were describing their circumstances. And I was like, wait, I'm already doing that. Like I'm already doing that. Like I was like filled with a lot of joy about it, and then realized how much potential there is in that to grow something really beautiful for myself. And I got very excited about that. And I thought about, as I moved back to the East Coast, like maybe trying to find a way to do a retreat center or something like that for, to continue these practices and to be able, once we can, to have in-person workshops and stuff like that. And it started to seem really fun and cool. And so I'm getting all these ideas. I feel that Queen of Pentacles energy, but I am also resisting like the day-to-day, like the mundane Three of Coins type bullshit that you have to do. It's not yet in my 3D reality. So I'm really resonating with this. But she can feel this, she can think about this potential for this solo victory. And that's why she's going into that Four of Swords, to cut away the thoughts that aren't serving her so that she can hone in on what it is, that one particular thing that's going to be able to help her claim this solo victory and really have this abundance and prosperity for herself. And then we have her in the Three of Wands energy. So this is patience. This is really believing that you've put all the pieces in place for this victory that you are wanting to claim. And you have only to wait and trust in the divine that you're going to be provided for. And what's really interesting is, as I'm sitting back here, I can see this card in the two videos, because I have my phone up for the Instagram catch. And this looks like a sparrow to me. It is not a sparrow. It is an individual, but it looked like a sparrow. And so I immediately thought of the story from the Bible where, it's pointed out to, I believe it's the apostles, that they're worrying about nothing because they take a look around, like look at the sparrow, the lowliest creature. Even the sparrow is provided for. Like, if God provides for a sparrow, you bet your ass he's going to provide for you. So it's got that kind of a patient energy. She's like, I know the pieces have been put in place, and I have only to just allow these things to come to me and be where I need to be. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in its reversal. So we see her here feeling that happiness. Remember, this has changed. This Ten of Pentacles, when it came out, we'll be real generous and say a month ago. It's really been about probably a week ago, but she was working on it there for a month. When this was coming out before this, the meaning that this Ten of Pentacles had is different now. The attachment to this physical manifestation is less important to her. But this is what she's having to pray for. She's really needing to pray for assistance in fully relinquishing the hold that this former Ten of Pentacles has over her. To be patient, that the delay with receiving this family, this home, this opportunity, this abundance that she wanted to receive, she really needs to be patient. So she's praying for that patience. She's praying for the faith in the victory. She's praying for the falling together of all the pieces so that this Ten of Pentacles can be fully realized in her headspace. And then we have the Two of Cups, and it is in its reversal. And it's a very interesting image because instead of having these two coming together and breaking bread, we have them reaching up into the cosmos for their cups. We have a divine feminine who's much closer to reaching this one. And we have a divine masculine who's pretty far away from reaching this cup, and in fact keeps focusing on hers. That's a very interesting energy. And it's in its reversal, the Two of Cups. And it's clarifying victory. So divine feminine in her headspace is really wanting to experience a solo victory, coming into union in herself, not worrying about where divine masculine is at and his ability to be able to break bread with her. She's really releasing this victory over the physical manifestation and allowing this to be a cosmic one for herself instead. That's really the victory. Learning this lesson is the victory. And here's the graduation. This is the Hierophant. Now, this was the first thing on her mind. Now it's the last thing on her mind. It is learning that lesson of that Two of Cups, that in order to have the physical manifestation of it, you have to relinquish the attachment to the physical manifestation of it. You have to focus on your own cup, not be focused on someone else's cup. Once you have achieved that lesson, then the pieces that have been put into place will fall together. And that sacred union, that marriage, that higher level relationship that you crave, that you seek, that can be in place. We have an extraordinarily brilliant divine feminine. Just saying, she's very, very smart. And that's inside of you. It's inside of all of you. No shade. This is not gender. This is energy. All right, divine feminine, we're going to keep on keeping on here. Top of the deck, overall heart space for you. From the Crow Tarot, the Page of Cups. And the last tarot that I was using was the Fountain, by the way. That is my absolute favorite right now. I am super obsessed with it. I want all of the images as paintings in my house. They're so cool. Okay. Anyway, Crow Tarot, Page of Cups. Overall feeling of your heart space. Isn't this a beautiful thing to see from a divine feminine who has just been through hell in releasing this attachment? Of course, this shit takes the Four of Swords energy. This is the most difficult thing to do, to release the thing that you were convinced was going to bring you happiness. It's very difficult, but you did it. And then when you woke up a week later or so, here you are back in the innocence and purity of the true love you have, a true open-hearted love, ready to welcome in what's next, regardless of the physical manifestation. You have become like a child in the Bible that can enter the kingdom of heaven. You've realized the kingdom of heaven is filling your own cup and having that cup to share with others. You realized that there was nothing outside of you that would complete you, that you were complete as soon as you became like this little child and felt this connection and felt this pure love emanating from the source. Oh, is that all? Yeah, that's all. Not only did you do that right after you just had your heart obliterated, but the niggling feeling in your heart space is that you are fully in your power as the Queen of Wands. So we have a Queen of Pentacles here who has that fertility and that abundance. And look at the green in the Pentacles card. I was just commenting to Ash yesterday. We did a reading for her for the new year. And these Pentacles cards have gorgeous green in them. And I love that because they're supposed to be of the earth. And also our money is green, so there's that association we have with it too. And heart chakra, how intertwined that heart and love is with money, finances, the material world, etc. Anyway, here we have the Queen of Wands in all of her power, a queen who can take action, a great communicator, fiery, passionate, follows her passion with ardor. Like this is look at the strength. She's got double the strength here in her own card. This super Leo, we've got energy. Oh, I'm a double Leo. Just saying. Anyway, this is who she is. In the back of her mind and in the bottom of her heart, she is a queen of pentacles. She's the queen of wands, and her power of manifestation is significant at the moment. And that's why we see her with this new page energy, ready for new love, ready for new opportunities, new ideas, ready to fill her cup. First thing in her heart, the sun. I am fascinated by this. I feel it too, so I know that it's here. And I'm amazed that I can see it and not be doubting, because I feel it. Like I absolutely feel it. This happiness that comes from the feeling that you are enough, that you are fulfilled. And this happiness that comes from knowing that no matter who is in the physical material right now, that when you turn to God, when you turn to that prayer, when you return to the source, when you connect with whatever that thing is that you know you can't truly articulate, that this is the source of happiness, that you found the source of happiness in silence, in going within, in being quiet. You have the power of the Queen of Wands within you, the ability to communicate, and yet you found your true power and your true spiritual fulfillment has come in this place of silence and isolation, where you can finally hear like that word. You can hear it and understand it, and it has become flesh for you. And look at the card. Oh my God. Victory is clarifying victory. This is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading. You are victorious. You have your victory. And you know what? You thought it was a solo victory, but it's not. It's a shared one between your head and your heart. And your heart knows that your victory is also Divine Masculine's victory. You just don't know it yet, but your heart's here to tell you that. Because this 3 of Wands energy, the pieces are falling into place. It's clarified by the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, which is a knight who's not sitting there anymore. This is a knight who is moving towards his desire. He's not in a standstill energy. He has slowly and steadily made his way, progressed towards this higher level Pentacles energy, towards this 3D, right? Somebody who is finally going to enter into the 3D manifestation. That is what your head is trusting in. Your heart is in agreement. You are ready now to bring that pentacle forward towards this 10 of Pentacles that's in its reverse. And what is this? What is clarifying? Shit. What is clarifying this card? But this 3 of Pentacles upright. So your head that's resisting this work on the self, that's resisting the work that you need to do for yourself because you're used to working for someone else over time, working on their healing, working on envisioning them in their whole self, working on making sure they know how much you think they're worth and how great they are, and doing all of that work for them instead of working on yourself, instead of trusting in your Queen of Coins and your Queen of Wands energy. You were wasting your time. It wasn't wasting though, because you were showing yourself how to see someone through the eyes of Source. And then as soon as you could put yourself in front of you, instead of that physical incarnation of the Divine Masculine, you could love that self that's in front of you because you can relate it to him when you do hear these readings, etc. I'm just overwhelmed by this reading. You get what it is that you need, right? This collaboration, this teamwork, working together, the ability to work on the self, the ability to do the things you need to do to bring yourself this 10 of Pentacles. so that it's not blocked for you anymore. And then we have the Ace of Cups filling this cup, this new love, this new opportunity. And what is it clarifying? But that Two of Cups in reverse. It's this will never satisfy me. Only this will satisfy me. Only this. Only having my cup filled from that divine well, from that source. That is the victory, because this is the row that's clarifying this. This is the victory. The victory is that you have learned to love yourself. You are absolutely victorious, completely triumphant right now. And what is clarifying this Hierophant energy? Oh, just the Lovers. As you know, and I just saw 2055. As you know, this is the focus for Tuned In Tarot this month. This is the phase that the twins are in. This is the Lovers card showing up again as the final outcome in the heart space and clarifying the Marriage card, which Divine Feminine is certain will arrive, because that Knight of Pentacles above it is in its reverse. And that Three of Wands is upright. The patience, knowing the pieces are in place for her to be able to have this, because, and only because, she has learned how to love herself. I don't even need to read for her anymore. She's graduated with that Hierophant card. Oh my God. All right. Divine Masculine, let's flip over your cards, which I'm scared now because that was such a good reading. Like, fuck. Okay. Well, shit. There's some gunk on my desk. I'm upset. All right. Divine Masculine, you're in an interesting place, and I can't tell, and I won't be able to until I read this, but I have to get this off of my desk, whatever it is. I think it's a date. All right. I'm impressed by this energy. Let us go. Top of the deck, forefront of the mind for the Divine Masculine. The Six of Cups. He is really brewing in it. He is leaning into the nostalgia, the good memories, the things that make him happy to think about, which is good. This is not Five of Cups where he's focused on the sadness and then spilled cups. This is the Six of Cups where he's in this reverie of the good feelings and really, really, really focused. His entire mind is focused on the reunion and bringing in the reunion. In the niggling thought in the back of his mind is the Nine of Pentacles. So we have him here thinking about self-indulgence, about rewarding himself. He's also, I think, really still coming to terms with this knowledge that this attachment that he has to this reunion and to the Divine Feminine are blocking his new beginning and blocking his happiness to a certain extent. That's going to come up in a second. But this is definitely the story that's playing in his head. I want the reunion. I want the Divine Feminine. I have to not want the reunion. I have to not want the Divine Feminine. Like, he's trying to navigate exactly how to get out of this back and forth energy of remembering her, thinking of the memories, thinking of the fantasies, actually, because to a certain extent, this couple might not have a lot of memories. They might have more just a lot of fantasy that has happened between the two of them. So it's interesting that there was something sticky on my desk too, also, because sticky energy is definitely what I'm feeling for him here. Like, he's feeling like he's kind of stuck in these loops. Okay, the first card up we have is the Fool, and it's in its reverse. And it's got a couple of layers there. It's about that new beginning, like being stuck. The new beginning is is stuck a little bit. And it's also about not wanting to be a fool. Like he's really feeling like he acted foolish. He acted foolish when he goes back and thinks about all these good memories and thinks about the possibility that he's lost this potential to reward himself and have this divine feminine. He's just feeling just really foolish for what he's done. And he's just like, why? Why do I block this happiness? Here's the sun. Why do I block this happiness for myself with this foolish behavior, being overly cautious instead of just taking this leap towards my divine feminine, knowing the universe is going to catch me? Like, why do I do this? It's frustrating. He's thinking about that back and forth in his mind because he feels that happiness. He feels it wouldn't be here if it wasn't possible. So he feels how close he is to being able to have it. If he just can shift into that energy and take that leap, he could leap towards his happiness and his spiritual fulfillment. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in its reverse. So we see that he's thinking, I've been foolish. I've blocked my happiness by focusing on this material aspect, focusing on work, focusing on my career, letting that determine exactly how and when and whether or not I should do things and go forward. And I'm realizing I'm releasing the power that this has over me because I understand that this is blocking my happiness. And I am filling my cup up. There's that Ace of Cups. And this is clarifying the new beginning that is blocked. He has not been able to go forward. He has been cautious because he has had to do this work to fill his own cup, to see his own value, to see his own worth reflected back to him. Not the other way around, not having to look in the mirror of divine feminine, see her love for him, and then feel, oh, she loves me, I must be good. But actually being in a space where he is feeling that self-love coming from that well inside of himself and understanding his value and him feeling good on his own because he's starting to come into that union. And then we have the World, the completion of a cycle, which would be great. We would love to see him complete this cycle of filling this cup, releasing that material attachment, being able to finally reward himself. And this is the clarifier for the Sun. So he's feeling that as this cycle, these negative behaviors, these cycles he has, comes to a close, this will be the thing that unblocks his happiness. He can have his world as he cycles through those behaviors and heals them and achieves his spiritual fulfillment with that 10 of Cups energy. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups in the spread, across the spread. And this is what is clarifying this. If he can let go of these material attachments, if he can let go of his focus on having to build his wealth, amass his wealth, if he can realize that he has this wealth, right? This is the divine feminine. This is his wealth in this world, his union, his integration of that aspect into himself. That's where his wealth comes from. And only from there. All the rest is dust, and you leave it here when you go. You can't take it with you. So that's in his headspace. Okay. All right. Now we've got in top of the deck, overall heart space, the Magician in its reversal. So we've got someone feeling powerless. What's really interesting is vice versa deck. Right underneath, who's he powerless to? The Queen of Cups, but she's not in the spread. So just ignore her. But that is who he's feeling powerless to. He's powerless to this attraction. He's powerless to this need, this desire for this. And he's not using the tools he has to be able to manifest right now. He's limited by something, and that something is the niggling feeling in his heart space, which must pass away. This is our King of Cups. Now, how interesting that the Queen that he was powerless to, which I'm now pulling because that's just too weird. There's the couple right there. This is what he's powerless to. They're belonging together, that energy that they must come together by hook or by crook, even if that Queen wasn't pulled in the spread, she was going to show herself to me, right? She was determined that she'd be there for this divine masculine. We're seeing what he's releasing is that shadow trait, because there's the shadow trait in the best way possibly illustrated by the vice versa tarot. The King of Cups, who is an amazing king, kind, compassionate, caring, just, loyal, psychic, intuitive. He has this shadow, which is he builds this barrier, this block, and he hides himself away there, and he does not reveal his emotions. And this is what we are seeing the divine masculine wanting to release in his heart space, this tendency to hide his emotions or be afraid to show his emotions. He wants to release that. He is feeling powerless to that. He's feeling like that is what is preventing him from being able to manifest. Oh, she's back again. First thing in his heart space is the Queen of Wands, but we can't see her. She's not looking at us because all of these roots from all of the history between them, this entanglement, it's hiding her from the divine masculine. He is not able to access her because she has blocked him out right now in order to protect herself from the ancient history between them, right? And this is a deep connection. It's that twin flame energy. This is like lifetimes of entanglement. And that's between them until this divine masculine stops being a fool and approaches the divine feminine. But until that happens, until there's a new beginning, he has no access. He can't see her. He doesn't really know what she's up to. He can only make stories up in his head. And there's the story he's trying not to think too much about. But we have the Three of Swords. So we've got a lot of heartbreak here. Not being able to see his divine feminine, not being able to get to her. This is really causing him a lot of heartbreak. And that's what's clarifying this Sun card. So he could be happy. He could be happy if he could pull those swords out and not be focused on the painful heartbreak, the experience of losing this divine feminine, losing this access to her. He wants to heal this wound that has happened that blocks him from his full happiness. And this actually, I'm getting a sense that because of that root system on the back of her throne, this could be heartbreak, not about the most recent separation, which I think honestly divine masculine respects. I don't think he feels like what's happening right now is necessarily, he's not mad about it anymore. I can tell that. But I think he respects it and understands why. So the heartbreak that I'm seeing, this isn't the most recent one of not being able to see or talk to the divine feminine. There's a layer of that. I actually think what this is about is that root system, that entanglement has to do with the third party energy that blocks his happiness. So the idea that his own root system, his own entanglement that he has in his life has affected them both, has blocked their happiness. And he's really wanting this energy to pass away. Then we have the Six of Pentacles energy, which is in the vice versa tarot. We could see him looking down with benevolence and generosity on this little world that he's created. But we're seeing this from this perspective where we actually can't see that little world that he's manipulating. All we can see is the reciprocity that he as this individual has started to give and receive inside of himself and then is able to be generous with divine feminine. And he is wanting, his heart is urging him to be in this place where instead of being focused on his own coin and his career, that he's focused more on this generosity and this benevolence and reciprocity and sharing with the divine feminine. His heart is urging him to be in that place. And he is matching the divine feminine in this Four of Swords energy. For him, it is the same also. He's needing rest. He's needing to cut away the thoughts that don't serve him and choose one idea and build that up. He's praying for that inspiration. I feel like I'm going to sneeze maybe. I don't know if it's going to happen. This is clarifying the Ace of Cups. So I do see the divine masculine going within and praying in order to be able to have that cup filled. And it's also clarifying the row that has the divine feminine energy in her Queen of Wands in reverse. So praying that she will come out of this slumber too. Praying that what he's dreaming about isn't dead, isn't over. We have another 10. We've got the 10 of Wands. So is that everything? 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. No, we don't have 10 of Swords, which is kind of good, I guess. The World. The 10 of Wands is clarifying the world. So divine masculine really wants to be able to put down these burdens. There's this home behind him, and it looks, I always look at it, it's kind of funny. It looks like it could be a big mansion, but it also looks like it's just constructed of the earth. Like it's like his home on the earth. And he wants to put down this burden and end the cycle of toiling that he's been doing and just be able to finally enter into that completion cycle with the divine feminine and mesh their two worlds and have one world. And I cannot make this up. In a spread where the Six of Wands was clarifying the Six of Wands, I have the same thing happen where the 10 of Cups is clarifying the 10 of Cups. And this is totally in union. And you might recall, if you've been watching this for the last couple of days, that we could have seen the spiritual fulfillment card this way, but we didn't. We see that divine couple there embracing, which ties us directly back to his headspace, where we saw this reunion energy. Okay. I don't know. That seems good. They're both in a good place. Divine masculine is working at it. He's working at it. He's got a little more work to do. Divine feminine, I mean, you're in your lover's energy. Divine masculine is too, but in the way that he should be right now. So you're doing good. All right. Divine feminine, let's go back and look at your oracles and messages and see what will help you maintain this balance that you're in. You need to come into the light attributes of the Samaritan. Right now, you're in the shadow attributes, which is exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. And you want to be in a place where you're embracing the light attribute, which is to refine your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So make sure that you are staying in this place where you are not needing recognition and appreciation for help that you offer. You just do it out of love. You do it because it is a good feeling that comes from within. It has nothing to do with whether or not it's acknowledged in the outside world. And this is probably in regards to this work that you've done in this union, where you're feeling a little bit like you need this appreciation from divine masculine for all that you've done. And you need to surrender that, because you haven't done this for recognition and appreciation from divine masculine. You've done this to heal a wound inside of yourself, which will help you heal a wound out inside of others, and be a Samaritan and go and work with people who are not necessarily anywhere near where you are in terms of their healing, and might have triggering behaviors, and it might be frustrating, it might be difficult, but you are not doing it so that people recognize what you're doing, or you're doing it just because you believe you want to be of service to others because you were chosen to be so. Also, we've got that twin flame energy on this card as well. So you do this not for recognition from your twin. You just do this because as you heal, so too will your twin. This is emphasized. Your guardian angel is here to tell you to move. Now, this might be move out of your space, move your body in dance or yoga, or make a move towards what you want. Motion creates motion, right? So just start making plans for one small change that you're going to make one small plan for the next 2 days. 2 little action steps that you could do today and tomorrow that will move you in the direction that you want to go. Start to make that move. Start to plan to make your move. St. Padre Pio is here to help you with this healing. It's also in its reversal, which could be an emphasis, but I also think it's that you are in a powerful place where you can participate in helping to heal others at the moment in the work that you are doing. He's here supporting you in this work, making sure that you don't become depleted and that you have enough energy to be able to fill that cup. He's holding that Ace of Cups, right? It's like he's helping you hold that cup up there and fill it up. All that is benefiting from my existence. No matter what has caused your unique point of view to come about, it has come about. You do exist. You are thinking, you are perceiving, and you are asking, and you are being answered. And all that is benefiting from your existence and from your point of view. So, like I just said, all that is benefiting from your existence, because as you learn these lessons, heal these wounds, it has this ripple effect outside of you. It affects many, many, many individuals. It just keeps going broader and broader and broader and broader. Like the coronavirus, it's infectious. Sorry if you're triggered. I mean, it's a pretty good analogy though. Healing is just as infectious as viruses, because as people notice how you've shifted and changed, you function as an expander or model for them. You're also functioning as an expander for all that is, not only in terms of the beings that are here, but in terms of that source of energy that is choosing to experience this physical plane through these experiences of these individual fragmented ego selves that it has. Just picture playing a video game. I'm telling you, it's the best analogy. There are some adjustments required for you, Divine Feminine. I think the biggest adjustment that I'm seeing is this resistance to working on the little things that you need to do to really manifest in the 3D. Because now you're more concerned about manifesting your full self, your full authentic self. It's not about just manifesting a partner anymore. It's about really manifesting who you truly are, knowing that that person is the thing that attracts what you want towards yourself. So you do need to make some adjustments. And then you're getting this, the void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. Now, we know you're victorious. We know you're in your happiness. We know you're filled, your cup is filled. And we know you have this lover's energy and this Hierophant energy. So I think what this is really just expressing to you that nothing will come of this particular situation that you are focused on. You must let that particular situation go. Nothing will come of it. So if there's something that you're worrying about, fearing, nothing will come of those fears and worries. You don't have to worry about it. Let it go, drop it, and walk away. Nothing will come of that situation that you're fearing. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Well, you've been dimming your light for a long time in this relationship because you had a divine masculine who was reflecting to you that that was his desire and for you all to remain hidden, and that was not in alignment with you. So you have been dimming yourself in that way. You've been also keeping your light from shining on anyone else. So no one else has been able to come and partake of this cup that you're offering either. So you're holding back. You're not putting yourself out there. That could be appropriate for your current emotional state. But for some of us, it's been so long that we've been in this holding pattern that it makes more sense for us to start going and seeing like what's out there. So if you're holding yourself back from dating, but you're doing this well in your headspace and really kind of processing this grief that you had from surrendering the specific connection, I would say put yourself out there. Even if you don't plan to accept any dates during COVID at this point, just don't dim your light. Don't hide it from others. Let those others know that you're 9 of Pentacles single, honey. No. This came again. This was here yesterday, which must mean it wasn't about my dog maybe, but wait, postpone, pause, say no. There's nothing will come of this situation, and no. So whatever just popped into your head and you were like, oh shit, that's probably what it is. That is a big no. It's a big no. Nothing's going to come of this situation. Don't do it. The ever unfolding rose. This came again for you. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So keep that in mind. This is all happening for you. Oh, wow. This is super significant to me because I have a song that I wrote called Bison and Butterfly. And the divine feminine today is getting an oracle message from Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide is the message. Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo Spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires, not by force or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you, trusting that there is always plenty to go around, whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support. It's all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough, and you are always enough. At this time, you can expect all your intentions and needs to come into a form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo Spirit's message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers even before you see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. Then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow the good. So offer thanks and praise as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. Wow. It's so weird because as I was reading this message to you from Colette Baron Reed's The Spirit Animal Oracle Guide, by the way, this deck is amazing and I'm learning it. That's why I'm reading it. But as I was reading it to you, for some reason, I was thinking about this specific thing and while I was reading it at the same time. Don't you love when that happens? And then that thing that I was thinking about, it referenced, because what I was thinking about is one of my sister witches in my coven sent me a message last night about this spell that she's doing where she's saying something or writing something down for a certain number of days. And then I said, oh, can you send me the link for how to do that? And she sent it to me. And the person was saying that you have to write down, and it was literally this message: offer up your thanks and your prayers even before you see conditions you desire. So you have to write down the manifestation that you want as if you have already received it. So you're writing down appreciation and gratitude and really feeling in that place while you are writing it down 55 times for 5 days was the spell. So very, very significant that I saw that message again in this message for the Divine Feminine today. What's funny is I got that spell last night and I was going to start it, but I honestly couldn't think of what I wanted to manifest, which, I mean, obviously there's many things, but there was something she said, do not manifest something that is not good for you. And so the thing that popped into my head that I immediately wanted to manifest, I was like, oh, that's actually not going to be good for me right now. So I can't manifest that. And then I didn't know what I wanted to manifest. And I thought, well, I'll start. I've got a list of things that I am trying to call in. I'll work with one of those. Very interesting. So very profound that message came to me again. All right, let's head over to Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine, you are in the shadow attributes of the goddess energy, which is exploitation of the female nature and form. So you might have shifted as you have lost the option to be able to be in your 5D fantasy world with Divine Feminine. You might have shifted your attention to other resources that are not as high vibrating, and you want to be more in the light attribute, which is the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. So you want to be able to see the Divine Feminine as this goddess again, and not be seeing her as in an objectified way, but to see her as her true essence, which of course is one you share with her. Pause, Divine Masculine. You've got pause, reflect. Divine Feminine's got wait, pause, postpone, no, say no. So this Four of Swords in your heart space is being echoed here in the Oracle, in that, yes, you should be in this energy of pausing right now. This would be a good place for you to be. Just and enjoy. Find a way to appreciate this time of this pause if you can. Saint Teresa of Lisieux, the little flower, is here telling you that you are making steady progress. Just trust that this is all happening to bring you where it is that you want to arrive. You're making this steady progress. I am attracting its vibrational essence. You can allow it or not, but the basis of your world is well-being. The law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is drawn. And so the essence of whatever you give your attention to is unfolding in your experience. Therefore, there is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. This is the law. So you're getting this again. I am attracting its vibrational essence. You just have to remember that whatever you are putting your attention on, that is unfolding in your experience. And if you can allow the basis of the universe, it is well-being. So allow that well-being. Thank you. I'm seeing these comments. Thank you for saying that. Divine Masculine, your commitment is being tested, okay? Your commitment to yourself, your commitment to this journey, your commitment to what you wanted to reward yourself with. The universe is doing that thing. It's doing that thing where it's like, oh, you want it? You want this? You want this? You really want it though? You want it? Prove it to me. Show me that you want it. Show me. That's what's happening. It's fun, isn't it? It's a fun game. Show the world the real you. Divine Feminine got that same thing. How is she dimming her light to fit in? Well, she was dimming her light for you for a while because this is your fear about showing the world the real you. It's your time, bro. Whether Divine Feminine is on your arm or not, you need to stand up and show the world the real you. Your commitment to yourself is being tested because Your commitment to being authentic is really what's at stake here. It's not about a physical manifestation. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So this is 4 of Cups energy. Get grounded, meditate, contemplate, rock that pause that you're in with some real effective, use the tools you have that you're refusing to use right now. All those tools of nature, connecting with nature, going within. Ooh, and I don't see this one all the time, but you got Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. So this is a shout out to the fact that you're experiencing something that is a divine plan. It's something that you're being led to experience in a particular way as well. All right, let us see. You, 58. You got the protection message from the stag spirit. So here he is. And the message is take the lead, but you got the protection message, which this has got a fool energy to me, which you got in reverse as well. So there's like this caution here that you're in. The protection message is others may not be as far along as you are on your journey. When stag spirit appears in the protection position, you are called to be compassionate and patient as you find yourself leading the way. When others struggle to follow you, they may be unsure that you can be trusted, challenging you to be kind and strong, challenging your value and questioning your worth. Know that Spirit has put you in this place at this time for a purpose and will not abandon you when you need help with your new responsibilities. Or perhaps you are actually uncomfortable leading, maybe temporarily trapped by your small self and are therefore promoting yourself too strongly, afraid that others might see weakness or imperfection in you. Let go of your fears and let Stag Spirit remind you that you have what it takes to lead wisely and ethically if you practice self-honesty and listen to others who wish to support you. Wow, Divine Masculine. I couldn't have put it better myself. Heed those messages. Okay, we're going back to the bottom of the deck for the couple. This is the advice for the two of you together as a union. Ding. I don't even know what that was. Okay. You are in the shadow attributes of the Virgin. Right now, you have a fear of intimate union. All right. A fear of intimate union. You need to call in the light, which is in maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. So you are fearing coming together, being intimate. For it could be so many reasons people fear intimacy. I think the biggest one is that you've both just gone through quite a lot of pain and heartbreak at having to surrender each other. And so now you fear union, you fear intimate union in any way, shape, or form. And so you want to be mindful that that has happened and start to call in the light and not be afraid, because if you're afraid of intimate union with each other, it's going to be real difficult to come together in any form. St. Hildegard von Bingen is here. Now, she comes up a lot for y'all, and she's here with this message of believe. Okay? Believe in this union. Believe in the power of this union to heal you, to heal others, to help you understand how to manifest your desires. Do not forget this message coming from Abraham Hicks. But whose truth is the true truth? With enough attention to anything, the essence of what you have been giving thought to will eventually become a physical manifestation. And then, as others give attention to it, they help it expand. In time, this manifestation, whether wanted or not, is called truth. Deliberate creation is about deliberately choosing those experiences you make your truths. So, yes, people can tell you, well, this is true, or this is true, or this is true. But the only truth that really matters is the one that you are deliberately creating with spirit. So deliberately choosing experiences that make something true for you. Like in my experience, my truth is that it's much easier to use YouTube Live than it was to use Instagram Live. That has been true for me. That's the truth I choose to have. It has gone swimmingly. And so that is how it is going. I'm just, choosing something small that's not really difficult for me to have as a new truth, because I'm sure a bunch of people try to use YouTube Live and it's a shit show for them. But for me, my truth, that's what I choose to focus on. That's what I've said in my videos. That's what I've said when I've had live interactions over on Instagram, and I'll be like, oh, I'm on YouTube now. And how do you like? Oh, it's going great. My truth is, and I draw people in to pay attention to that truth with me. So that is how this works. So whose truth is the true truth? Yours, that you're deliberately co-creating. And this is a card that you got together. So if you want to have a particular kind of truth in this relationship, then you both need to be giving your attention to it. If that truth is that you want to be together, then you both need to be giving your attention to that union turning into a physical manifestation. Not needing it to, but allowing it to. Nothing is yet set in stone, divine couple. This is a mutable moon. This changes, this ebbs and flows with the energy as we see the energy shift every single day. So don't be afraid that there's anything that has happened that is completely final. Nothing is yet set in stone between the two of you in this incarnation, but you are doing the best where you are at. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. So this is the Fool energy. This is upright. This is for the both of you. You both need to take that leap. Whatever that means for you, whatever direction that is in, you both need to do it. Divine Feminine, take that leap towards becoming more authentic in yourself. Divine Masculine, do the same. As you become more authentic in yourself, I believe that leap is leading you towards your Divine Feminine's physical manifestation. But that's just what I see in your side. Divine Feminine is going to be fine with or without. She has her victory. You got to get in there. All right. You are getting the oracle message from the electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life, divine couple. Seemingly out of nowhere, the jolt of electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea that you are meant to explore. Epiphanies and aha moments are gifted to you right now, so celebrate. Your life has the potential for profound transformation. Inspiration arises in you, electrifying you so that you can't wait to get started bringing your idea to life. The revelations you experience now are meant to set you on a new path. So do not be afraid to act, explore, examine, and do not fear the changes that may come. For Spirit wants to shower you with the love, success, and abundance that you have hoped to experience. Now is a thrilling time of epiphanies, inspired ideas, and innovation. This is a wondrous sign for you today. So you're both getting a jolt from the universe, like clear jolt, right? Like you're at this place where you can see this potential. If you take this leap, and trust that the universe will catch you, leap off into that unknown, that new thing, because something really innovative and special is happening for this divine couple. And then we will close our reading out with this goddess, the Changing Woman. Changing Woman is perhaps the most revered of deities among the Native Americans of the southwestern United States. She is a wholly benevolent figure, for it is Changing Woman who gives the people their abundance and who provides the teachings that allow them to live in harmony with all things. In the initiation ceremony of Navajo women, the initiate takes in the power of Changing Woman so that she might learn the values of love, hospitality, and generosity, and know that she herself is a source of food and harmony. Changing Woman received her name because she can change at will from a baby to a girl, to a young woman, to an old woman, and then back again. Very much alive today, she is a tremendously nourishing goddess who teaches the wisdom of nature and the cycles of birth and death. And that goes so well with that mutable moon, that energy that you're in. So what I see here is you're getting this jolt that this new idea, first of all, that nothing is set in stone and that you have the ability to change and as this energy ebbs and flows, that the truth that you want others to accept is the one that you give attention to yourself and that you speak of and speak about with others. So if you can release your fear of intimate union, St. Hildegard von Bingen is here to help you believe that the truth that you want to see is possible, because nothing is yet set in stone. And if you take that leap towards that new idea and let that jolt, that awakening, because you're both in the Four of Swords energy. So it's like you're getting this electric shock and like waking you both up, that you can change, that you can shift, that you can grow, that you can leap towards each other if that is what you really desire. That is the reading. I will say, if you want to know the songs, which were pretty telling, the first song that came up for the shuffle is With Love to an Ex, which was from the Song Machine album that came out, the Gorillaz, recently. And it's like about her exes writing to her. It's like, blowing up my DMs, want to meet for lunch, breakfast, or a dinner. So it's about this energy of coming back to a lover and being able to be in that Two of Cups energy. After that was the Beck song Soul of a Man, which is beat my bones against the wall, staring down an empty hall, deep down in a hollow log, coming home like a letter bomb. Cold was the storm that covered the night. Call a doctor, call a ghost. Put a fire into your bones, sick a dog on all you know, cut it loose before you go. What makes the soul of a man? And then he repeats that, the first verse again. And then the final song was Where Did It All Go Wrong by U2. It was, and this was during the Divine Feminine Shuffle. Did you get it? Did you need it? Did you really what you wanted? Was it good in the sun? Did you really have fun? Did you crack it? Did you grab it? Did you reel it like a rabbit? Did you rock? Did you roll? Did you move yourself along? And how could you do? And did you see me sing this song? Where did it all go wrong, right? Makes sense. Makes sense for the both of them. So that was the music that came up today. If you want to listen to it for messages, deeper messages for yourself. This was a beautiful reading. It was really, really beautiful. I'm very proud of this Divine Feminine who is really able to pull herself up out of that grief energy. She's let herself feel it. And because she's allowed herself to feel that, she's now starting to feel that sun, like that illumination kind of melting away that sadness and the snows, the wintry snows, and allowing her to be reborn into that victory. And really the adjustment that just needs to be made is this resistance to doing this work. Just do the work that needs to be done to bring that Queen of Pentacles to the forefront of her mind instead of the back of her mind. Divine Masculine, whew, you gotta keep filling that cup up. You have to take that leap. Just make that move towards Divine Feminine. That will end this heartbreak that's blocking your happiness and bring this completion of this cycle for you so you can have your spiritual fulfillment. Go do it then, folks. Go do it. I will see you tomorrow morning here on Tuned In Tarot. Have a great rest of your day.